last unit of data warehouse, we covered the detailed concept of data warehouse, right? Now, in the second unit, we are going to study designing and implementation of data warehouse. આપણે બીજા યુનિટની અંદર ડેટા વેરહાઉસ છે એને કેવી રીતે ડિઝાઇન કરવું અને ઇમ્પ્લિમેન્ટ કરવું એ જોવાના છીએ. Let us start. Analyzing data from databases that support line of business application is usually not an easy task. અહીંયા આગળ સૌથી પહેલાં સમજવા જેવી ટર્મ છે લાઇન ઓફ બિઝનેસ, રાઈટ? લાઇન ઓફ બિઝનેસ એટલે એવી એપ્લિકેશન કે જે બિઝનેસના ફ્રન્ટ એન્ડમાં કામ કરતી હોય, જે ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શનને રેકોર્ડ કરવા માટે આપણે યુઝ કરતા હોઈએ છીએ. એ એપ્લિકેશનમાંથી એના જે ડેટાબેઝ યુઝ થાય છે એમાંથી ડેટાનું એનાલિસિસ કરવું એ ઇઝી ટાસ્ક નથી. અલ્ટિમેટલી ડેટા વેરહાઉસ ઇઝ ઓનલી ફોર analysis purpose, right? Analyzing the data. તો એના માટે આ જે ડેટાબેઝ છે એ આપણા માટે ઇઝી ટાસ્ક નથી એમાં એનાલિસિસ કરવું. The normalized relational schema used for an LOB application can consist of lots of tables. Therefore, it is hard to discover where the data you need for a report is stored. Normalized relational schema કે generally જે LOB application સાથે યુઝ થાય છે એની અંદર lots of tables આપણે યુઝ કરીએ છીએ. તો એમાંથી નોલેજ ડિસ્કવર કરવું, ફાઇન્ડ કરવું કે કોઈ રિપોર્ટ જનરેટ કરવા, તો એ બહુ જ ડિફિકલ્ટ ટાસ્ક છે. Enterprises frequently have multiple LOB applications, often working against more than one database. Normally, business have lots of applications in it, and for storing the data they use lots of databases, right? Frequently they have multiple LOB applications with them. For the purpose of analysis, this enterprise need to be able to merge the data from multiple databases. Here multiple databases means source system available for LOBs. So what is the need for enterprise? The need of enterprise is to merge all the data from different databases which are used for LOBs. Data quality is a common problem as well. ડેટાની ક્વોલિટી મેન્ટેન કરવી, that is a big problem, એટલે એ પણ આપણે કન્સિડર કરવું પડે. A common solution to this problem is to create a data warehouse. આપણે લાસ્ટ યુનિટમાં સ્ટડી કર્યું કે data warehouse is an ultimate solution for all this type of problems, right? A data warehouse is a centralized data silo for an enterprise that contains merged, cleansed and historical data. Here the new term is silo. Silo means a storage tower. Data warehouse is a centralized database, we can say, which can store, merge, cleanse and historical data in it. Data warehouse schemas are simplified and thus more suitable for generating reports than normalized relational schema. As we have discussed that to analyze data from normalized relational schema is more difficult. Compared to that, data warehouse schemas are very simple and they are also suitable for generating reports and getting data from it. For a data warehouse, you typically use a special type of logical design called a star schema, or a variant of the star schema called snowflake schema. Here we are having two ways to build dimensional databases, right? They are star schema, and second, the variant of star schema is snowflake schema. Both are logical representation, we can say, or logical design of data warehouse. Tables in a star or snowflake schema are mainly divided into two different types. The names are dimension tables. They are commonly known as dimensions, and the other table name is fact table, right, which is called centralized table. Data in a data warehouse usually comes from LOB databases, but it's transformed and cleansed copy of source data. Here, as we know that data warehouse contains lots of data. This data comes from LOB application databases, and before storing it in data warehouse databases, It transformed first, then cleansed, and then it is stored into the database. Of course, there is some latency between the moment when data appears in a LOB database and the moment when it appears in a data warehouse. Exactly at the same time, we do not get the same data in data warehouse. It takes some time for moving data from LOB database to data warehouse. One common method of addressing this latency involves refreshing the data in a data warehouse as a job. Yes, here if you want to remove this latency, what you have to do is to refresh or to update your data warehouse frequently on frequent basis. To support such tasks, it is imperative to use an appropriate physical design for a data warehouse. Data warehouse logical design seems to be very simple at a first glance, right? Yes, if you want to refresh this data in a data warehouse, what you have to do is you have to choose an appropriate physical design for your data warehouse. In a first glance it looks very simple, that to do the logical design of this physical structure is very simple, but actually it is not. It is definitely much simpler than a normalized relational design. Still it is bit difficult. In this chapter we are going to explore star and snowflake schema, dimensions and fact tables. First let us talk about the logical design of data warehouse. We are going to begin with logical design of data warehouse. આપણે logical design data warehouse ની જે logical design છે ત્યાંથી સ્ટાર્ટ કરવાના છીએ, રાઈટ? અહીંયા આપણે બે ટાઈપ્સના સ્ટ્રક્ચર જોવા મળે છે. એક છે સ્ટાર સ્કીમા અને એનું એક્સટેન્ડેડ વર્ઝન ઓર વેરિયન્ટ ઓફ સ્ટાર સ્કીમા, જેને આપણે સ્નોફ્લેક સ્કીમા કહીશું. એ કેવી રીતે ડિઝાઇન થાય છે, તો આપણે શરૂ કરીએ લોજિકલ ડિઝાઇનથી. During the logical design phase, you defined a model for your data warehouse consisting of entities, attributes and relationship. We deal only with defining the types of information that you need. Here we check for the logical relationship among objects. આપણે જ્યારે logical design consider કરીએ ત્યારે warehouse છે એ કેનાથી બનેલું છે એ પહેલાં જોઈએ છીએ. It is made up of entities, attributes and relationship. We always deal with defining the type of information that we need for our business. What is our requirement, that we with that we deal first, right? The process of logical design involves arranging data into series of logical relationships called entities and attributes. An entity represents a chunk of data warehousing scheme's information. An attribute is a component of an entity that helps defining the uniqueness of entity. Here in the process of logical design of data warehouse, first of all we have to arrange all the data in a series, right? They should be in relationship with each other in the form of entity and attribute. Entity is nothing but it is a real-time object, we can say, right? And attributes means the features which can describe that particular entity is called attribute. For example, if we take an example of one bottle, right, then a bottle is our entity and the attributes are the color of bottle, size of bottle, bottle ID, then shape of bottle. These all are attributes which can describe that entity, that particular object. Here an entity represents a chunk of data warehousing schema's information, and an attribute is a component of an entity that helps defining the uniqueness of entity. In relational database, an attribute maps to a column. Also there is a unique identifier to define each records uniquely, right? That unique record, we are very well familiar with that unique record, that is called parent key, right? And some other columns are known as attribute, or we can map that attribute in a column. During the physical design process, we convert logical design part into physical by using database structure. Here you can see the mapping. Entities become a table in physical design, right? Logically, whatever object we identified as an entity, that we convert into the table. Then relationship to a foreign key constraint. Relationship means one to one, many to many, one to many, right? Like this. This relationship can be converted into foreign key constraints. Then attributes to columns. Whatever attributes you define for an entity, that would be converted into its tables columns. Then primary unique identifier, which can identify that particular record and known as primary key constraint. Then unique identifiers to unique key constraint to identify or recognize a record from the table. So your logical design should result in a set of entities and attributes corresponding to fact tables and dimension table, and a model of operational data from your source into subject oriented information in your target data warehouse schema. આપણે અહીંયા લોજિકલ ડિઝાઇન છે એ પેન અને પેપરની હેલ્પથી ક્રિએટ કરાવી શકીએ છીએ. We can use pen and paper for designing a logical structure for our data warehouse, or you can use even tool such like Oracle Warehouse Builder. And this type of tools are especially designed for supporting modeling the ETL process, or Oracle Designer, a general purpose modeling tool. This designer tools can help in creating a logical design of data warehouse. Now second topic is dimensional modeling. Dimensional modeling is a database design technique that support business user to query data in data warehouse system. Dimensional modeling છે એ એક એવી ટેકનિક છે ડેટાબેઝ ડિઝાઇનિંગ માટેની એવી ટેકનિક છે કે જે બિઝનેસ યુઝર્સને વેરહાઉસ સાથે ક્વેરી પરફોર્મ કરવા માટે નો સપોર્ટ આપે છે. The dimensional modeling is developed to be oriented to improve the query performance and ease of use. Dimensional modeling, with the help of dimensional modeling, we can improve the query performance. We can execute the query very quickly, right? And it is very easy to use this model. It is important to note that the dimensional modeling is not necessary, depends on relational databases. The dimensional modeling approach at the logical level can be applied to any physical form such as relational and multidimensional databases. In dimensional modeling, there are two important concepts that you have to keep in your mind: fact and dimensions. Facts are business measurements through which you can get an information or knowledge, or we can say facts are normally but not always a numeric value that could be aggregated from the other columns. That is a number of products sold per quarter, for example, right? Fact column જે છે એ શું છે? Always business measurement હોઈ શકે. Not always, but rare case માં આપણે છોડી દઈએ તો એ એક એગ્રીગેટેડ અને ન્યુમેરિક વેલ્યુ હશે, રાઈટ? અહીંયા એક એક્ઝામ્પલ આપ્યું છે, નંબર ઓફ પ્રોડક્ટ સોલ્ડ પર ક્વાર્ટર. એક ક્વાર્ટર પછી એ પ્રોડક્ટ છે એ કેટલી ક્વોન્ટિટીમાં સેલ થઈ, એ એક ફેક્ટ કહેવાય. Dimension are called context. Dimension are business descriptors that specify the fact. For example, product name, brand and quarter. બીજું છે ટેબલ છે, dimension table. In that we will include dimension or context which can describe your product, which you have used in your fact table, right? For getting the description of that particular product, you can go to dimension table. Next is dimensional modeling process. The dimensional data model is built based on a star schema with a fact table at the center surrounded by a number of dimension tables. Here you can go through this 4-step process. This is commonly used in dimensional modeling design. If you want to design a dimensional model, you have to pass through this 4 steps. Number 1 is select the business process. Second is declare the grain. Number 3 is identify the dimensions, and number 4 is identify the fact. So let us go in detail through these steps. Number 1 is select the business process to model. Business process is daily activities performed in your company supported by an online transactional system. As you know that we always do online transaction in our routine life, right? And we also use source system, means computer, for recording a daily transaction. Here business process is nothing but it is a daily activity performed by our online supporting systems, right, which we use for our company use. In this step we have to gather the requirement from business user to select the business process or source of measurement to model. What we do in this step, we gather the requirements or the requirements we can get from business user or from the source system for measurement of the model. Good example of business process are order processing, shipment, material purchasing, GL, etc. Right? You can see this all are process. Number 1 is order process, which is related to for a particular product we place an order to other company, and the process followed by that company for giving an order. Then shipment means transportation. Again we follow some steps for transportation of anything, right? That is called shipment. એવી રીતે મટીરિયલ પર્ચેસિંગ કે જેની પણ કોઈ એક પ્રોસેસ હોઈ શકે, લાઈક ઓર્ડર પ્લેસ કરવું, દેન મટીરિયલ ડિસ્પેચ કરવું, મટીરિયલ ને આપણે પરચેસ કરતા હોય ત્યારે કોટેશન એના મંગાવીએ, એને કમ્પેર કરીએ. This all process we follow during the material purchasing, right? Second step. In the second step, declare the grain. After having a business process to model, we need to declare the grain of business process. Here grain means granularity at the lowest level, the knowledge of product at the lowest level. Declaring grain means describing exactly what a record in a fact table represent. The grain express the level of detail associating with facts in the fact table. આપણા ફેક્ટ ટેબલની અંદર જે ફેક્ટ હોય, જે એગ્રીગેટેડ કોલમ હશે, એ એની ગ્રેન્યુલારિટી છે એને એક્સપ્રેસ કરે છે. Number 3 is identify the dimension. In this step we add a number of dimensions that represent all possible description that take on a single value in the context of each fact in the fact table. જે કોલમ તમે ફેક્ટ ટેબલમાં એઝ અ ફેક્ટ ડિફાઇન કરો છો એના ડિસ્ક્રિપ્ટર્સ આપણે ફાઇન્ડ કરવાના હોય છે. દેટ ડિસ્ક્રિપ્ટર વી ડિફાઇન ઇન આર ડાયમેન્શન ટેબલ, રાઈટ? અને એ એના એક્ઝામ્પલ અહીંયા દીધા છે. ડેટ, ટાઈમ, પ્રોડક્ટ, કસ્ટમર, સ્ટોર એટસેટ્રા આર સેવરલ ગુડ એક્ઝામ્પલ ઓફ કોમન ડાયમેન્શન્સ કે જેને આપણે એટ્રીબ્યુટથી ડિસ્ક્રાઇબ કરી શકીએ. Number 4 is identify the fact. In the last step we select the numeric fact that will be loaded into the fact table. To identify the facts we need to find the KPIs. KPI means key performance indicator of the business process, or find out what we are trying to measure. Key performance indicator એટલે એવા indicators કે જેનાથી તમે કોઈ પણ પ્રોડક્ટ છે એનું પરફોર્મન્સ, પ્રોડક્ટ ઓર સર્વિસ એનું પરફોર્મન્સ છે એને મેઝર કરી શકો, રાઈટ? KPI means key performance indicator means through which you can measure the performance of any product or any service. તો એને આઈડેન્ટિફાઈ કરવી, ફેક્ટ આઈડેન્ટિફાઈ કરી કહેવાય, અને that you have to mention in your fact table. Benefit of dimensional modeling. Dimension models has proved to be more understandable, In the dimensional model, data is grouped into coherent means logical and consistent. Data is grouped into coherent dimension that help business users analyze the data in an easy way. અહીંયા ડાયમેન્શનલ મોડલના આપણને બેનિફિટ્સ આપેલા છે. વન ઓફ ધ બેનિફિટ ઇઝ કે ડાયમેન્શનલ મોડલ થ્રુ ડેટાને આપણે ગ્રુપિંગ કરી શકીએ છીએ, રાઈટ. ગ્રુપ થયેલો ડેટા હોય છે કે જેના ઉપર તમે ઇઝી વેમાં એનાલિસિસ કરી શકો. ધ ડાયમેન્શનલ મોડલ અલાઉઝ બૂસ્ટ ક્વેરી પરફોર્મન્સ. જે ક્વેરીનું પરફોર્મન્સ છે એને તમે બૂસ્ટ અપ કરી શકો. ધ ડાયમેન્શનલ મોડલ ઇઝ મોર ડીનોર્મલાઇઝ, therefore it is optimized for querying. In addition, the predictable framework of a dimensional model allows database engine to make a strong assumption about the data. For future prediction, if you want to assume something, you can assume it properly. This helps database engine boost the query performance. Dimension model is extensible. That means you can extend your existing dimension model. જ્યારે એની રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ આવે ત્યારે તમે એને એક્સટેન્ડ કરાવી શકો. So these are the topics we have to discuss today. This done. In the next lecture we will discuss about the star schema. Thank you.